Hey, happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to the end of the work week. Welcome to the end of the school week. It is time for the Friday Five. And here we are staring down a long weekend here. And I hope that it's a great one for you. And we're going to kick off this long weekend by looking at maybe a lengthier passage than what we normally would look at. But we're in the book of Luke, and there's a moment where Jesus is gathered with his disciples. In fact, he's just had what we would call the Last Supper, okay? So he's in the midst of this scene here. And look what happens when they're all together. Check this out. Luke 22, beginning in verse 24 and going to verse 27. It says, "A dispute also arose among them as to which of them was considered to be greatest. Jesus said to them, 'The kings of the Gentiles lord it over them, and those who exercise authority over them call themselves benefactors. But you are not to be like that. Instead, the greatest among you should be like the youngest, and the one who rules like the one who serves. For who's greater, the one who's at the table or the one who serves? Is it not the one who's at the table? But I am among you as one who serves.'" First of all, I'm trying to picture, they had this just real solemn moment, right? I mean, Jesus is like at the tail end of his life. He's about to be crucified. Now, they don't know that yet, but they have this moment with Jesus, and the world's kind of rocked with some of the things that he's saying, and then all of a sudden they get into this argument as to who's the greatest among them. And I'm sure, Peter probably had his case. Well, hey, I walked on water, I'm the guy that Jesus is always talking to. He's also the guy that Jesus always had to correct. James and John, they especially John, they had a pretty special relationship with Jesus, and you go down the line. But what's disturbing is the fact that they had this discussion right in front of Jesus. It's funny. It's funny how pride can really enter into our lives at some of the craziest moments. It really can. I think this is a tool that the enemy of our souls will try to use against us to try to get us off track. We start believing our own press. We start really surviving on not what God thinks, but what other people think of us, and that's a danger for all of us, me included. We can't let that happen. Jesus turns this discussion on its head. And he said, "You want to be great? Then serve." Jesus said, I'm here among you, and I'm one who serves. This is the Son of God saying this. If there was an expectation for anyone to demand being called the greatest, it would have been Jesus, but the Lord never did that. He was always one who wanted to be considered himself a servant. So hear my heart today, okay? You will never go wrong in the kingdom of God by doing your best to be a servant of his. When you are not enamored by the reactions and the applause of other people, but what really matters to you is what the Lord thinks. I tell you what, I've had to learn this lesson in my life, and it's a good one, because it's actually very liberating to not worry about what other people think. Instead, your security is in what Jesus thinks. And so I could serve other people not expecting to get anything back. I can extend love to somebody with no strings attached, and I get I get a lot of joy in that. I really do. And I would challenge you today, find your joy in serving other people. Don't find your joy in getting served, but find your joy in being a servant, in blessing others, and not worrying about what they think, but really worrying about what Jesus thinks. Okay, well, I better let you go on that. So I pray you have a wonderful weekend, okay? Lord willing, we'll see you again next time. Until then, may God bless you. Please know that we love you, we care about you, and we'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.